I think my mother would be upset if the first thing I didn't say was congratulations. So
Thanks.
tell me, was there besides winning, was there a best part of Sunday, maybe a moment that you'll cherish? Maybe it's not from Sunday, maybe it's from all 4 days or the entire week.
I have to say moments. There's so many great moments this week, obviously my play, but there are a couple moments that stand out. I think one starts out with last night with my dad. Dad and I had a heart-to-heart talk about just life in general, and then all of a sudden we got into my round today and the tournament. And I was just leaving the room, and my dad says, "Hey son, wait a minute." He says, "Son, one thing. Tomorrow when you go out there, it's going to be one of the hardest rounds of your life. But if you just be yourself, stay cool, it'll be one of the most rewarding rounds of your life." And that meant a lot, considering all the nerves and butterflies I was going through last night. And then this morning, as I was warming up over the chipping green, I just finished chipping, Lee Elder came down and wished me thanks and congratulations and best of luck. It was an amazing feeling that I got from him. And I took that with me to the golf course, and that's when I knew, when he came down, what I had to go do.
Lee Elder, of course, was the first African-American golfer to participate in the Masters. Kind of ironically, the year that you were born.
1975, yep.
Now, this week, there's another little bit of either coincidence or irony, depending upon the way you look at it. This week is the 50th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier in Major League Baseball. Does that strike you at all, that that these two events kind of coincide in terms of an anniversary?
It's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very ironic, and I think I don't know. It's a weird feeling. I kind of had that feeling all week that I was going to do it, but
with that in mind,
for different reasons. I was going to get to that. For different reasons, not only golf-wise, for myself, but I just had this eerie feeling about people who've gone before me, who've paved the way, and it just kind of set the tone for the entire week. And then I went out there and shot 40 on the front nine on Thursday and said, "Oh no," but then I got it back and played well ever since. And then it was, I had a whole bunch of weird feelings through the day, through the round. I had one of adulation and one of admiration for players prior to me for paving the way, and a lot of different emotions, but it was a huge culmination on 18.
Were you nervous at all?
Yeah, I was really nervous when I teed off on the first hole, because I knew that would set the tone. If I hit a good drive off of one, hit a good iron shot, and I made a good par, and hopefully a birdie, then I knew that I think the final round could be a good run. And then made birdie on 2, and then I felt really good.
Now, over the course of the last couple of days, we'd seen you play really well, even though I heard you say that you didn't necessarily think you had your entire A game, although personally I think you were snowing us just a little bit. But you struggled a little bit on the front side today, bogeys on 5 and 7. At any point, did you perhaps think, what's wrong? I hope I can get control here. What if I can't?
No, because one, I knew what I was doing wrong with my golf swing, and 2, I was only 1 over par after 7, and I had 3 par 5s left. And if I drilled the ball well, I should get to 2 under. That's the way I was thinking. And number 8 was, the next par 5, which happened to be the next hole too. And I went ahead and birdied that, and then everything was fine.
You almost didn't. You almost had some trouble on 8, didn't you?
I had a lot of trouble. I hit a bad second shot. I hit it really bad, hitting the trees left. But hit probably one of the toughest shots I've ever had, as far as a bump and run is concerned, in my life. And I got it up and down.
This morning, driving to work, I heard somebody on the radio talking for the first time about the possibility of a Grand Slam. U.S. Open, British Open, Masters, and PGA in the same year. Is that possible?
No, on paper it's possible. Anyone can do it. But only problem is there's a lot of variables and a lot of circumstances that a player has to deal with. Not only you're playing against the best field that's ever assembled at these tournaments, you're playing against the golf course, which is not exactly set up easy either. And I think more importantly, you got to have luck on your side too. I got a few good breaks this week, and when I win, I know I've gone through some some tough times and some good times, but you know, there's a few lucky bounces that the golf gods are looking over you in that week.
I was talking to Ben Crenshaw yesterday, and he said something I found very interesting. He said that for a player to win a major early in his career is a tremendous advantage. There's another way to look at it. You know, number one, it could be an advantage because it could perhaps relieve some pressure. The other way to look at it is that you win early and people start to expect an awful lot more of you all the time. How do you look at it?
I look at it, one is, you know, I really don't care what they think. But, to be honest with you, that winning a major early, I always had envisioned it, so it's really not that big a surprise for me to do it. The fashion I did it is a surprise. You know, the win by 12, that's more than I ever dreamt of. But to win a major by 21, I kind of thought I would do it by 22 or so. So I kind of beat my own expectations.
Okay, you're a little bit ahead of schedule.
Just a year, yeah.
You said that when you were a little kid that you didn't envision it happening this way, though. How did you envision it happening?
Well, I envisioned it just like any other major that usually comes down to the very end. You know, you got to birdie 2 of the last 3, or you know, the last 3, or maybe got to make a 20-foot putt on the last hole to get into a playoff and or win it then. Something like that, you know, a dogfight on the back nine on Sunday. And it really wasn't. It was a dogfight inside of me because I had to hold, you know, my emotions, my concentration, and my intensity all intact when I was walking down my last 9 holes.
You know, you don't really have much of a private life as it is. I wouldn't imagine that this is going to help that issue very much. Are you prepared for the way your life will probably change because of this?
You know, I couldn't answer that even now, maybe in a week from now. I really can't answer that, but I can tell you this, that when I turned pro, I never thought it would be like this. To this degree, no. I thought it would be later in my career. And now that I've accomplished winning the Masters at age 21, and well, I think there are a few people watching it, that my visibility has definitely gone up. And I think that that's going to be more of a burden than anything. When I go out to dinner with my friends or something and I have a mouthful of food and people want an autograph or a picture, I think that's when it could get a little tough.
Do you have any desire that winning this tournament will do anything aside from, you know, provide you with a major championship and a green jacket and another accomplishment in golf?
I think it's going to do a lot. By winning this tournament, I think it's going to get a lot of kids into this game. I think that's the most important thing, you know, other than winning for myself. But I think that having kids watch this tournament and seeing a person who's either at their age or not that much older than them, or even right around my age, play this game, I think golf is going to possibly become a cool sport to play. Like basketball, baseball, football, track, you know, those are core sports in America that, you know, we can all play and we all enjoy because that's, you know, what everyone does growing up. No one plays golf. And I think that if kids can see that I'm doing it, you know, maybe they might want to do it, and they'll try it, and you know, their friends will try it, and then maybe the word will spread.
Let me ask you one last question. You won, and you walked off the green, you saw your father, and you embraced him, and the camera angle showed that you were crying. Tell me what was going through your mind.
It was something you always dream of. I'm telling you, it's just, you know, walking up 18, I had a little tear in my eye because I knew I'd won the tournament, but still, I still had to take care of business. I had the 2-putt in order to, you know, to break the record, but also I had to finish the hole in order to win the tournament. But after I tapped out and made the putt, and I saw my dad, saw my mom there. That's what it's all about, being able to share it with them. Those are your parents, the only 2 you ever have. And it's amazing because I just lost it, absolutely lost it. You know, I started crying uncontrollably. My dad did too. My mom was crying. I still get a little weak right now just talking about it.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.